John Wallace, Wild Game Cook, and today we're back with turkey breast, and we're going to do something very easy, very flavorful, and something different than just frying up those turkey nuggets. We're going to make smoked lunch meat. It starts with brining the turkey. Find this High Mountain Game Bird Poultry Brine on MidwayUSA.com. It comes with 2 packets, which is enough for 2 gallons of water. Sometimes you may only need a quart of water. Sometimes you may only need a half gallon. You can measure it out separately. But this gives the turkey, the chicken, the pheasant tremendous flavor, keeps it juicy, and keeps it from drying out. So you basically take one of these packages, which is good for a gallon of water, which is I think as much water as we're going to need for these 2 turkey breasts here. You just simply dump it in and stir it around until you have your brine. You can find this on MidwayUSA.com. Then you simply just take your turkey breasts and you're going to set them in the brine. Make sure they're fully covered, and you're going to leave them in the fridge for a day, maybe even up to 36 hours on those larger gobbler breasts. So we're going to go ahead and cover it with a lid. We're going to go ahead and put it in the fridge, and we'll see you back here after a day and a half or so. All right, we're back. I put these in the fridge on Friday afternoon. We took them out of the brine on Sunday morning, and we put them on this cookie sheet with a drying rack, and we just let them sit there uncovered until today. Today's Monday. And so they sat 24 hours uncovered. They look really nice, and all we're going to simply do is season them up, and then we're going to kind of tuck this thinner part on there like that after they're seasoned to kind of create a similar uniform thickness. So it's best to kind of, you almost fold it rather than in, you fold it this way, and it sits in there just real nice. And that's just going to allow us to have a much more even cooking time. It's more similar thickness. We'll get these seasoned up on all sides, and we'll put them on the smoker at 225 until we get to an internal temperature of around 158 to 165. 165 a lot of times is recommended for chicken and things of that nature. I've found that with as lean as this meat is, if you cook it much past 165, it can get really dry really quick. So they are brined, which is going to help us with that. Again, we're going to smoke them at 225 and look to pull them when they're about 158, 160. They'll continue to rise a little bit. We'll leave them on the smoker until the smoker cools. We'll bring them in here, let them cool off, and we'll slice them up for lunch meat. The key to seasoning these after they've been brined, which we could totally smoke them as is right now, you want to be sure that your seasoning doesn't have a large salt content because they've already got a lot of salt and sodium in them from the brine. So this is going to more so just add a nice flavor profile rather than actually seasoning the entire bird. So you want to be careful with which seasoning you use. Get them nice and rubbed down so you know you've got good contact. I don't think that's overly seasoned, but it'll provide a nice flavor profile. All right, we'll go ahead and get this second one seasoned up here. Get that thin part tucked in. We are going to go ahead and use a meat probe, a meat thermometer to help track the temp. That's key to make sure that you don't overcook your turkey meat. As our smoker is coming up to temp, we've got our smoker set at 225 with a smoke setting of 7, and we're going to go ahead and put these turkey breasts on the rack. As you can see, I've got my internal meat probe on this one. Position it to where everything is a similar uniform height. That'll help ensure a much more consistent cooking temp across the turkey breast. We're lucky enough to maintain this temperature and check it from our phones, but periodically, if you don't have an internal meat probe, get yourself a meat thermometer and periodically come out here and check it. Right, we've been in here for almost 2 hours. The one smaller breast is up to an internal temp of 139, and the larger one is around 128. So we've got a little ways to go here, but they are looking great. All right, we've been going for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Our smaller breast is up to temp at 158. We're going to go ahead and pull it off.
So good. Our other one is about 150, so we've got a little ways to go before our larger breast is done. We're gonna go ahead and pull it off when it's ready, about maybe 20, 30 more minutes. All right, we've been just about 3 hours. Our large gobbler breast has now reached an internal of 158. We're gonna pull it. It's gonna continue to rise a little bit, but we wanna make sure that this turkey breast stays nice and juicy. Again, take a look at that. It's dripping. It's gonna be good. We'll see you back inside. We're gonna let these rest and we're gonna slice them up.
All right, we're back inside. It took about 3 hours for this larger breast here to get to an internal temp of 158. It's still rising, so it's gonna be in the 160s. We wanna make sure we don't overcook it. The brining process we did with the high mountain jerky game bird and poultry brine is definitely gonna help keep that moist and juicy. The smaller one here took about 2.5 hours to get to that same temp. We got our depth over here just past 1. Let's go ahead and slice into this and just see what it looks like here. Nice, beautiful lunch meat, still a little warm. You could totally take this, whether this portion here, the whole portion, and you could let it cool completely, and you could freeze it just like this, vacuum seal it, and pull it out all year long to have lunch meat all throughout the year rather than to go through it all within a first couple of days. So let's go ahead and slice this up. Obviously your preference on how thick you slice it. In my house, we like it chipped or pretty thin. But it's definitely nice and flavorful. It's not gonna knock your socks off, but it's got the right amount of salt. And whatever seasoning profile you put on the outside, just dress this up however you would like on a sandwich. Try something other than deep frying your turkey breast. This is a great method right here. Simply brine it. You could use a regular brine, water to kosher salt. Put it on your smoker at a very low temperature until it comes up to temp. You'll be very happy you did. Give it a try. Be on the lookout for the recipe to come soon on MidwayUSA.com.